Retinol is one of the most powerful skincare ingredients. It helps with acne, hyperpigmentation, skin texture, and fine lines and wrinkles. However, a lot of people choose the wrong retinol and that causes irritation and skin barrier damage. So in this video, I want to walk you through how can you choose the right retinol for your skin. The most important points are in the later part of the video, so make sure you stay till the end. Why should you listen to me? Because I have been a scientist. I hold a first-class medical sciences degree from England. I did my own research and I'm very particular about retinol. I also receive hundreds of PR products from different brands, especially the Korean ones, so I know the good and bad products, good and bad brands. Let's get into it. Firstly, before you choose a retinol or before you consider starting retinol, it's a great idea to understand why it is good for our skin instead of just blindly following the trend. So what is retinol? Retinol belongs to the retinoid family, so it's basically vitamin A derivatives. So it works by increasing skin cell turnover and stimulating collagen production. As some of you may know, as we age, our collagen production level decrease, but retinol can stimulate the collagen production. And in terms of skin cell turnover, for example, if you have a breakout, increasing skin cell turnover can get rid of the breakouts faster and clear your skin. There are lots of research behind that, so the benefits include anti-aging, and it helps with acne, improve skin texture, and as I mentioned earlier, improve hyperpigmentation. So I found this diagram simply explained the retinol metabolism. So there are different types of retinoids, from the most gentle one to the strongest one in this chart. At the very top, we have retinol ester, so that's the most gentle form and it's the least potent one. And it reacts with this enzyme and become retinol, and that's the most known form of retinoids. And then it reacts again with the enzyme and become this retinal, NaL, and that's a stronger form, and it converts quite efficiently to this retinoic acids. And then at the very bottom, you have this tretinoin, and that is the most potent one, and is part of these prescription retinoids. So I just looked it up. Basically, in the UK, tretinoid is a prescription-only medication. So now you have a basic understanding. Let's get into exactly how can you choose the right retinol for your skin. So the first point I want to make is you need to choose the right strength of retinol. Strength as in concentrations. So there are more gentle retinoids and stronger one, as mentioned earlier in the graph, and different products have different concentrations. If you are a beginner and have never ever used retinoids before, please start with a gentle one. So that would be 0.1 to 0.3% of retinol. For example, I have this one by Dr. Althea. It literally says gentle retinol. And as your skin getting more and more used to it and you want more stronger effect, then you can choose a higher strength retinol, and that would be about 0.5% to 1% retinol, but it has a high irritation risk. But actually, when it comes to the use of retinol or anything in life, consistency is more important than, the strength. Like I can't use one time a really strong retinol and expect it to clear all my skin. Secondly, please do consider your skin sensitivity. For example, for myself, I don't have a sensitive skin. I have tried like hundreds of products, K-beauty products from PR, like there's rarely anything that will cause irritation or bad reaction for my skin. The worst I can get was clogged pore. So for example, if you have sensitive or dry skin, you should start with low strength retinol for your skin so your skin can take its time and get used to it. Because when it comes to the use of retinol, when you first started, your skin really need to get used to it, and I believe that's called retinization. I have never heard about this term before until I did my research. But yeah, so start with the gentle one, especially if you have sensitive skin, and then when you feel like your skin is getting used to it, adapting, then you can move up to the strength and level. And only when the high concentration of retinol works fine for your skin, then you consider a stronger one like retinol. And again, for me personally, because I don't have sensitive skin, I sort of move up the level quite quickly, as in 1 month. To me, that sounds quite fast. And then I found this intense retinol by Sewn by Me, and since then I have been sticking to this for the strong retinol. I keep repurchasing it. You will see me talking about this a lot in my short form videos, and this is my third bottles or so. And since I mentioned the gentle one and I mentioned the intense one, and to me there's also a medium level one, and that would be this black ginseng retinol by this brand K Secret, and that would be my 3 levels of strength or concentration of retinol. So I also had this retinol eye cream by Medic A, and I know that the retinols that they produce, it has different levels levels. So if you're just starting, you can get level 1 and then level up to level 3 and then level 6. And that's how you get used to the retinol, especially if you have sensitive skin. The third point I want to make is to look for good formulations. Retinol is unstable and can degrade with light and air. If you notice, all of these retinols that I have shown, the bottle basically block the lights, especially this gentle one. As you can see, like the lights don't really get inside, and this one also, the bottle probably absorb most of the lights, and again this one also. So the packaging, the design, it makes sense. It goes with the formulation, goes with retinol. Also, some formulations will have some other ingredients that are more for, you know, soothing purpose, so it makes formula more gentle. For example, in this gentle formulation, it also has panthenol, and panthenol is known for helping with wound healing and skin barrier repair as well. And these type of other ingredients can help with reducing the chance of skin irritation and soothe the skin. So do your research about ingredients, and also do look at other people's review. What are people saying about this particular formulation, and pick the right formulation. Number 4, I would also suggest that you choose retinol based on your skin goal. For example, if you have acne problem, then you search for formulation that are targeting acne, because there are lots of, you know, scientists behind the scene in the lab working with different formulations are targeting different problems. A retinol, just retinol with different concentration, but by combining it to different ingredients in different concentration of those ingredients, research can, you know, provide evidence that okay, this particular formulation is good for acne, and that one is good for fine lines and wrinkles, or that one is the best at helping with hyperpigmentations. So I suggest you do consider your own skin goals when you're looking for retinol, and not just I'm gonna start retinol and, you know, without a goal in mind. Point number 5, in my opinion, this is almost the most important point. It is to start retinol slowly. I sort of touched on this point before earlier in the video, but I want to emphasize that again. Start slowly. I repeat, start slowly. Okay? I learned my lesson the hard way, even though I chose the right or a good formulations, because I didn't start slowly. I started with some sort of like, I think I started this too early as well, even though I said that I started about 1 month after starting retinol. But there was about 1-2 weeks when my skin was really irritated and my skin barrier was compromised. My video here with my red skin, red face after starting retinol, and then the aggressive cleansing, all that. So I learned my lesson the hard way, but please start slowly. So if you're a beginner, you can start 1 to 2 times per week and see how your skin reacts. If you have sensitive skin, maybe it's even slower. And as week 3 to 4, 1 month in, then you can increase to 3 times a week perhaps, and then try a little bit stronger retinol in terms of strength and concentration. So the whole idea is to gradually increase the strength, concentration, and then frequency, so your skin can have time to get used to it. So the last point I want to make is also very, very, very important. Sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. Please use sunscreen after retinol. I like repeating myself for these last 2 points because they're really, really important. Make your skin more sensitive to sunlight. So retinol increases UV sensitivity, and then your skin is more susceptible to sun damage. So the use of daily broad spectrum sunscreen is essential to protect your skin while you're on retinol. So in short, you should consider concentration and strength of retinol, your skin sensitivity, the formulation, your skincare goals, and please start slowly and use sunscreen. Speaking of sunscreen, I want to let you know that I built a free Korean sunscreen personalized recommendation tool. Check it out on my profile. Just click on the link and fill in this form about your preferences, about the texture of sunscreen and your skin type and all of that, and a personalized recommendation report will be sent to you via email. I hope you find this video useful, and please do consider subscribing as well. I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!